Okay, go.
Welcome back, episode number 3 of the Passport Boys podcast. Today we have another special episode. I'm your co-host Ozzy. With me, co-host Sean, and then my
What's
co-host
good?
Sebastian. Yes, sirs. Today's episode we're going to be covering my boy right here, Sean, the
Yes,
man,
I'm the man of the hour.
the CEO himself, Sean.
Heck yeah.
Let's go.
So, man, how's you guys' days?
Pretty good. Pretty bummed that Brazil's out. I'm pretty sure Seabass feels the same way.
Man, Brazil had to be out, man.
Like literally right
I'm
before
not
this,
as up-
it was against
Uruguay.
Uruguay. Yeah.
You're right. Oh, damn.
Yeah, before we filmed this episode, we were
Yeah.
watching that game, and then they were out. So
Yeah, the
mood's a little
penalties
bit
were
down,
going
but
on.
for this episode, I'm happy.
Yeah, I
Gotta
could
be
tell.
happy
I
for
could
this
tell.
episode.
Man,
I could tell by the energy when you guys came in. I was like, "Oh, something happened."
Oh, it's
So
all
they're-
good. It's all good.
They're a little too quiet. But
Hey, I'm the man of the hour. Gotta hype it
I
up
was
this
kind of
hour.
upset. I was kind of upset, but then my dad, he was like super upset. Like he was talking shit about the players, doing their little dance before they're shooting their penalties. They're like, "Why are
Right.
they doing doing their freaking dance? Just shoot the
No,
ball."
yeah.
And then when they like hit the pole or didn't hit the pole, he's like, "Oh my god, seriously!" Like he got
damn.
super upset.
Hey, man, things happen for a
Say,
reason.
I feel
Things
you,
happens
man.
for a reason.
Happens for a
But
reason.
look,
Yeah.
today's episode, man of the hour, Sean. We're gonna be asking him
That's
some
good.
questions, putting him on a hot seat for today, asking him
Mm-hmm.
what's your body count. All those types
All
of
right,
things.
I'm down.
Oh
Things of
yeah,
that
in the
nature.
millions, definitely.
Definitely, man.
Definitely.
But to start it off,
The
let's just get a
opposite of that.
brief-
Because I
Let's
get
just
no
get-
riz.
to
No,
start
I've
it off,
seen some action. I've seen some action, man.
no, Sean,
Man.
Right.
Sean can talk definitely. But
Definitely.
to start it off with the basic questions, just to get a brief background check on Sean, like, could you tell us, Sean, where exactly you grew up? Where you from?
Yeah, for sure. So let's see. I was born in November of 2000. So Scorpio gang right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was born in
Alright.
Anaheim, California. Orange County, and then I stayed there for about 3 years of my life, and then after that, I moved to Chino Hills, and basically the majority of my life, I just grew up there, and I felt like, and unlike with you guys, because like I know that you guys are born in other countries. For me, I was born in America, so I was born here, raised in California, and I never really moved.
Okay.
So the majority, all my life actually 100% was in California. So
Really?
that's basically my life. That's where I grew up, and that was where I was born. And
Okay.
and yeah, that's basically a little bit about my background of where I was born.
So, Sean, why was it California beside any other 49 states?
Yeah, so actually that kind of goes back to my parents actually, because they grew up
Okay.
in Indonesia. Yeah, so they were born in Indonesia, specifically Surabaya, and then my dad have wanted to come to the America for his studies, because he went to college in Oklahoma actually.
Oh,
And then,
damn.
yeah, and then
Oklahoma,
after,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oklahoma. I think the college he went to is OSU, Oklahoma State University, and lots of cowboy there. Lots of cowboy, he told me. And yeah, so after he graduated college, he then moved to California, and then same with my mom. My mom also grew up in Surabaya, and then she moved to America, California, and then that's where my mom and dad met. So that's basically the reason why I never really moved, because California, my parents, my parents had me here in California, and yeah, I just never left, and I'm proud to be a Californian because all the stuff is here. I could brag that we have the best weather. I could brag that we have the best entertainment
In and
center. Oh heck
In
yeah,
and
in and
out.
out. You can't forget about that. And the beaches, guys. The beaches is awesome.
Oh, the beaches. Yeah.
So I love the beach.
Was
What
that
is
Yeah,
that one place? Yeah, what is that one place where they shoot porn and shit? I don't know.
what?
Probably LA. LA. Yeah, that would be in LA. I would say.
Bro,
I mean, all the action happens in LA, so that's all I can tell
that's
you.
got
Oh, yeah.
that's gotta be LA, man.
Man, free country.
Free country, freedom. And
So,
you know,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
recently just
America.
recently it's just 4th of July, so that's perfect.
definitely,
Exactly.
Perfect timing.
4th of
Perfect
July,
timing.
But okay,
Yeah.
so you were just talking about us about your parents moving to California, you being
Yeah.
raised in Cali for pretty much your whole life. But how was your childhood like? Like, what were some of the things you like to do, or growing up, what were some of the things that you enjoyed doing?
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I was just a really quiet kid. Like I was
Yeah,
very
are you the
introverted.
only child, or
So no, I have a younger sister.
okay?
So she's 7 years younger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, I was overall an introverted kid, and I was like very shy, cause like when like you the teacher give you like a report card, they always leave a comment every
Oh
time like the
yeah,
teacher would comment
yeah.
on mine. It would
I
be
hated
like
those.
I needed to speak up
Mm-hmm.
more. I'm like, why? Why do I need to speak up? I'm not interrupting the class, right?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
always get
exactly.
those, and I don't know. It's just like as an introvert, I get very socially drained very easily, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
basically, like
same here.
elementary, middle school, and even high school. High school was probably one of the worst in terms of socialization for me, because you know how like in high school you're with your peers for 8 hours a day and for 5 days a week, and then you have to
Yep.
keep
Hmm.
constantly socializing, not only with your peers but with your teachers, with your principals, and then maybe when you're at home with your parents. So it's just always constant socializing, and then at times it could be socially draining, because like I have to keep up that energy, and if my energy feels off, then some people might think I'm weird, or if you're quiet, some people look at that as a bad thing. But no, I'm
True.
just an
Yeah.
introvert. It's just like how I am. And I
Yeah.
remember there was also one incident in high school, or like actually multiple time in high school, that during lunch I would need to be like alone, because you guys know like our school's like two stories. Like how there's a downstairs and an upstairs, and then
For
in
high
the
school?
upstairs, yeah, in our high
Yeah,
school,
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like, I do not know if you guys know, there's like a corner in the back of the room. It's like, do you know Mr. Takanaka room, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oswaldo?
yeah.
And
I do, yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
had
like
that
in the
class with
very
you, yeah.
corner. There's like a dark corner, and then I would have to
Oh, okay.
sit.
Yeah.
I had to sit in that corner sometimes to like
Because
recharge.
of
Uh,
your anxiety, or what?
Yeah, that, and it's just like too much. Like I get socially drained easily, so sometimes I just would have to like hide in there just to
Oh, really?
recharge
uh,
for the
I
next.
never
Yeah.
noticed that. I never really
No, I do
noticed
at
that.
times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
yeah,
why
me
like
neither.
there's time where like I kind of go AFK. Not that I meant to do it. It's just like I just need time to like be by myself at times, because
Oh, definitely,
Uh,
man.
it's just how I function sometimes.
I feel you on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Not to that extent, but yeah, I get the same too. Like sometimes if I
No,
go out for
yeah.
too long, I get home, I'm not going out for another month. Like I'm
Oh
just
no,
gonna stay home.
I
Yeah.
feel you. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, true.
And yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
sometimes we gotta rejuvenate, you know?
Yeah.
no, definitely, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really hard. I guess that's also why I kind of feel like I guess in a way outsider, because like during like high school, a lot of people are like very extroverted,
Yeah.
outgoing, energy is high.
Has
Sometimes
that
like
impacted you today? Like you being an
um
introvert back in the day, has that impacted you now, or do you feel like you made a change? Because I feel like you honestly changed. You're a little bit more talkative than I am.
I would
So
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
would
yeah,
say that it made me the person I am today, because now that like as I got older, I'm feel a little bit more comfortable talking to people. And
yeah,
also, of course, there's times that like if I talk too much or if I go out too much, and I also need some time to myself too.
yeah,
But yeah, I feel like I'm definitely a lot better now than how I was in high school. But
yeah,
still not. I'm still not 100% there yet.
yeah. Do you still take those little breaks,
Mm.
like you said? You just the
Oh
social
yeah,
breaks? Yeah,
that's the thing about, since see the thing with college, right? College is like most of it was during the pandemic, so I didn't really need to socialize, and I also didn't really need to meet people, and it's gotten to the point where I was so isolated during the pandemic of my college year that I actually wanted to go out. I actually wanted to socialize
yeah,
because of a long time of no socializing with other people. And
mhm,
I would also say that, especially after graduating from college, I don't really see a lot of my peers as much. So, it's
yeah,
just me. I just go to work and then come home, make, YouTube video. So, yeah, I don't really see my peers much. So I feel like because of that, it's a lot easier for me to recharge now than it is before. Because before, when you're in high school, of course, you're stuck with your friends for
yeah.
every day, right?
Every day,
But
yeah.
now, if you want to hang out with your friend, you have to make time for that.
Oh
So
yeah,
Mm.
that's why, like, when
Yeah.
I'm with my friends now, or if I go out, I'm a little bit more talkative because I'm not forced to be with people every single
Mm-hmm.
day.
Oh,
Like, you
makes
know what
sense.
I mean?
Yeah.
Compared
Okay.
to back when I was in high school.
Yeah, learned something new from you today, huh?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
me
of
too.
course.
But that's what I'm trying to get from Sean because
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to learn
definitely,
some
definitely.
new things from Sean.
And again, if I do go AFK on some of my friends, it doesn't mean I hate you. I just I just need time to recharge. I love all of you guys.
I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes I need to regenerate. Sometimes I'm
yeah.
like, man, I don't want to talk to him anymore. I don't want to talk to
No,
her
Yeah.
anymore.
yeah.
I need some
Again,
time off, you
it's
know?
it's more like about for me personally. Nothing.
Yeah.
no one did anything wrong to me. It was just me personally.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Relatable. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. So
So, so back at high school, you said you didn't really like school that much. Could you elaborate more on why you didn't like school that much?
all right, so this is the thing. I would say that I hate the things that I'm learning, but I like to see my friends. Like
Yep.
sometimes, like if the subject is interesting, I will like to learn it. But if the subject is very boring, then I would hate it. Like for example, like math, right? Why do we need to like
Mm,
learn the quadratic formula, right? Like I graduated from high school and I still haven't used the quadratic formula.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how is the stuff that I'm learning in school gonna make me money in real life? How is it gonna help me in real life? Why are we not
Mm-hmm.
learning
Yeah.
about financing? Why are we not learning about real estate? Why are we not learning about like stock market and all of that?
Yeah,
We're
like
Yeah.
learning all
taxes.
this
Yeah,
useless.
exactly.
We're
That
learning
that's
all this useless thing in school that doesn't help us in the real life, right?
that's why I always think like high school is like a daycare for older kids
It
because like they're
is,
teaching you all
yeah.
this stuff, but
Word,
in
word.
It
reality, it's
is,
just for you to be there away from
yeah.
home and make them
Right.
money, just by you being there and attending. Because I
Oh,
know it's
definitely,
like
yeah.
I think they get like $35 per day that every student is
Oh,
there
really?
per student. Yeah, that's what
Oh,
a teacher
wow. I
told
did
Oh,
me.
not
okay.
know that. So
That's
I
why they're
guess
kind
they're
of
That's like a
strict on
good
you. Yeah,
salary.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess that's why they're a little bit mad when you guys take an absent. I guess.
exactly. Yeah, but I
And they
mean, it
kind
Ah,
of
could be
that
more
punish
makes
you.
a
now.
lot of sense.
It could be more
Yeah.
now because when the teacher told me that it was like 2017, 2018,
Oh.
so it's probably
Oh
more
yeah.
now.
Times
Yeah,
change.
Ah,
Time
okay.
change.
Yeah, no wonder my teachers in senior year were like super pissed off at me because I would always, ditch and go up to McDonald's and shit like
Yeah.
this dude.
Especially during senior ditch day, I know the teacher would
Did you
probably
guys
get
did you guys do
mad.
that?
I did not know,
You did
cause
me either.
no.
Surprisingly, I did not. No.
Okay, here's the reason. Because like one of my teacher, I think I was a math teacher that said that, oh, we have a quiz on this day and you cannot make it up. So that's
Oh,
basically
I
the
think me
reason.
too.
She's one
Oh
of
yeah, you
those
told me
teacher
that.
that,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
she's one of those teacher that will make you come in during senior ditch day.
What
Yeah,
was
I remember
Miss Ross,
that.
right? Miss Ross.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why I left
Yeah,
that
she,
class. I wasn't gonna deal with that.
she did give me a hard time, but at the end of the day, she's a good person. She's a good person. I know
Yeah.
deep down she cares about her student, but I was just not a good student. But she was strict, but I know at the end of the day she cares for her students.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect, I guess.
Yeah. So going back to your when you were talking about just being maybe a little socially awkward or just being
Yeah,
an
yeah, definitely,
introvert,
definitely.
would you
Oh
say
yeah,
that?
socially awkward. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
definitely that as a kid. That's why like I didn't really fit in like with the popular kid, or that's why I didn't really fit in with a lot of the
Mm,
group. When even though I tried, I was nice though. I was nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody hated me, but it just
Oh,
didn't really
definitely. Yeah.
fit. It just didn't really fit in with
Yeah.
some of the group that I was trying to fit in.
Would you say that? Because I know you said you're a lot better now, right?
I would say
When it
I'm
comes to
better.
your
I'm
social skills.
better. Yeah. So I'm better now compared to how I was in high school because
Would
now
you
yeah. Sorry, go on.
would you say that Takari from Takari International, did that help you achieve
I
that?
felt
Like
like
talking to
yes.
people, going to like
Oh
expos.
yeah.
So could you
Definitely,
talk to us a
definitely.
little bit about Takari and like the company and how it's
Yeah,
helped you
definitely.
or a little
Definitely,
background?
definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, so my father owns that company, and I think it definitely helped me a lot with life skills as well because every year we would have to go to like food trade show, whether that is in Anaheim, Las Vegas, and before the pandemic, we even went to New York for that kind of event. And then we would have I would go to these events and I would basically talk to like potential customer. And just to give a brief background about Takari International is basically we are a food distribution company, and we sell. We are a B2B company that sells to grocery stores, restaurant, e-commerce, local market. Some of our product contains of like cookies, candies,
Snacks, right?
juice. Yes, a lot of snacks product and
Yeah.
coconut water. I know a lot of my friends love coconut water. I even sold some
Oh,
to a
me
few of my
too.
college friends too.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Yeah.
coconut water, coconut cream. So all of those, a lot of snack product. So yeah, back
Yeah.
to the Expo West. We would go there and then we would like talk to potential customer. We would set up our booth and then have people try out our sample to see if they like them and if they would like to do business with us or if they would like to buy our product. And then just going to that kind of event really helped me a lot in terms of my social skills. And I definitely learned have a lot of work ethic and leadership ethic because of working with my dad and being involved
Mhm.
with that company as well.
Did he teach you those things, like how to talk to people or like how to
Of
approach people, or
course,
was it something you just randomly did?
of course, yeah. So basically, I'm a visual learner, right?
Yeah.
So basically, my dad would usually talk to customer, and then I would always sit back and observe on how he would talk to those customer, how he would do business, and because of
Hmm.
that, I just picked it up, and
Yeah.
especially with owning a business, I learned from my dad leadership about how to run a business, how to manage employee, how to deal, negotiate deals, business deals. And
Hmm.
because of that, I feel like I picked up some of the leadership from my dad.
Hmm. Oh,
So
that's great, man.
I felt like, yeah, that definitely helped me a lot in terms of the social skills. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I think going back to like college, this kind of like relates back to the social skill, but in college, I was like vice president for my supply chain club, and I think that is also a stepping stool of helping me become really confident because I would need to or help organize meetings. I would need to talk in front of people. I need to meet people.
Damn. I don't know how you
Yes.
did that. I get
No,
I
yeah, it was
just get
crazy.
anxiety from like
It was
presentations.
crazy.
Like I
Oh no,
hated
dude.
presentations.
I,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember I had to host like a huge banquet, like full of
Yeah.
like professionals, and that was pretty nerve wracking, but very rewarding as well.
During your
Um,
first like expo where you had to talk to a lot of people, like how you said right now, right? You were going to
yeah.
like banquets and stuff. During your
Oh no, the
first time
banquet is
actually.
for my. Oh, sorry, the banquet is for my club, for my college
Oh,
club.
okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when
yeah.
you were exposed to like an
Yeah.
audience of people, were you like super
Of
nervous
course,
at the
like
beginning, or?
of course in the beginning, yeah, because sometimes I do not know what to say. Sometimes
Yeah.
like I would stutter in my word, or sometimes I
Hmm.
wouldn't know a product too well on how to
Yeah.
explain it to the customer, how to
Yeah.
do business. So of course, yeah, of course, in the beginning I was not very good, but as you go more into this Expo West and going to these events and talking to people, you'll eventually pick up and
Oh,
you'll
okay.
eventually get better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
All right.
but yeah, I think the first time that I actually attended to actually help out with the booths was probably late junior year or senior year of high school. So like maybe during that time is when I'm starting like pick up like social cues, social skills, and all that stuff. So you know, it wasn't the best at the time, but now I would say it's progressing because of that. And that's also the reason for my opening up my YouTube channel after college, and doing this podcast with you guys is because
Yeah.
I
Mm.
feel like I became more confident. I'm confident in talking in front of people, and I'm confident in talking in front of camera, and hopefully we could build an audience one day, which I'm optimistic we will one day.
It's going very good so far. I mean, you never know.
Dude, is we're
Yeah.
blowing
Yeah.
out the park. We're blowing out the park. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's some really fine progress that you made here, Sean, like with
Oh
the
yes.
presentations and everything,
Of course. Like
Like
you.
your ability to pick up social cues as
Mm,
what you've told. I could
mm-hmm.
see a lot of correlation with it, like an increase in correlation.
Thank you.
Yeah, well
Yes.
done, man. Well done,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much. And it definitely means a lot coming from you guys because I basically grew up with you guys. Like you guys know me when I
Yeah.
was a kid. You guys knew
Yeah,
how awkward I was.
yeah, 8 years, man, 8 years.
But to be honest with you, I
Yeah.
didn't think you were that awkward. Like,
Really?
yeah, because you
Oh.
were always the one approaching
No,
people
me
Well,
or
neither.
talking to
No.
people, right?
well,
Seabass, like he was always the one
well,
like
maybe
talking and
like
Yeah, he was the one
yeah,
who was initiated. That's how I
Yeah.
Well,
met him.
maybe like yeah, maybe it's like with you guys, it's not because like I'm friends with you guys and you guys are pretty easy to get to along with. But maybe to
Yeah.
other people, I might be a little bit more quieter.
Probably
I don't
maybe.
know.
Yeah,
I
maybe
feel like
it
I'm
just
quiet, but some people don't say I'm quiet, so I know I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just depends
No,
who
I
I'm
never
with, I
thought you
guess.
were quiet.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
just depends who I'm with,
I never
honestly.
thought you guys were quiet. I thought
Oh,
you guys were the one who would initiate, you know? I was the one who
Yeah.
was like super quiet.
I
no,
I was
remember.
the new kid
Yeah.
at the time, so yeah, that
no,
makes
yeah,
sense.
but you guys are like really easy to talk to, so that's why like it's like easy for me to like express myself and like talk a lot, so that's probably a reason too.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure, man.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could we see some of the progress in your dad? Like,
Yeah.
how did
Okay.
your dad come up with this Takari
Yes.
International? Like, how did he come with the ideas? Like you told us that he came up with chopsticks first, and then he
Yeah.
transitioned
Where did he
to
Yeah.
start? Yeah.
something like
That's a
Danish
very good
cookies
question.
and everything. Yeah, go for it, man. Like, tell us everything. Tell
Of
the audience
course.
everything.
Yeah.
Tell
So
us
this
your
is.
everything, bro. Like birthday, social security number, everything,
Yeah, bro.
bank account
Maybe in
Blow us,
numbers,
another life.
everything,
blow us like
Maybe
Addy, bro.
in another life.
passwords, everything. Like,
Yeah,
go
Definitely.
ahead, man.
Yeah.
increase
So
our
back
passport.
in so let's go back to the year of 1988. So during this time, I think my dad just graduated college, and we also had a recession at the time.
Yeah.
And my dad didn't was struggling to get a job after graduating from college. He studied engineer, and no one was hiring at the time.
Yeah.
And then he really
Mm,
wanted to stay here in America, so he had to like think, and he had to start providing for himself about what can he do to survive here in America. So that's why
hmm
he had no choice but to turn to
It
entrepreneurship.
was sorry. It was just him alone here.
It was just him alone,
Oh
just him.
wow.
He
Yeah.
drove from Oklahoma to California, and then he just started the
Wow.
business and
That's
by car. And then
wow.
crazy.
also it was hard too because like he didn't have a GPS at the time because there's no GPS at the time. So he used a map
Oh
to
yeah.
get here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
did that, and then he started the business. It was first selling chopstick because I felt like that was really easy to get into. He would go to door to door, going to like restaurant, going to like supermarket, asking if they want to buy chopstick. At first I would say it was going well until there's more businessmen from China who came in and then sold chopstick. So then the chopstick market got oversaturated the because the Chinese they like were able to sell chopstick a lot more cheaper than my dad. So my dad got busted in that chopstick. So then he had
Mm,
to switch business strategy. So then it
Timu,
came
man. Timu.
Yeah.
yeah,
At
Timo,
least he
honestly.
adapted. Yeah. Sounds like he
Yeah,
adapted.
yeah. And yeah, he then switched over to food because like he loves food. So, he started business revolving around food. So I think it started, with like uh Danish cookie, wafer sticks, and then
Where
eventually
would he
he's
run all
on.
this? Like in his dorm or in his room or?
Oh, so he would run this in his apartment.
Oh
Like
shoot.
a really small apartment, and then
Yeah.
back then my dad would do his business meeting and business call. He would go to his closet, and it's a very small closet too, and so that's where he would take his call. And then sometime it would be noisy in the closet because the next door neighbor
Wow.
has a baby crying.
Oh
So
no.
that's why it was very difficult for my dad in the beginning too. Because
Wow.
he doesn't really have a lot of capital to begin with.
Yeah.
His chopstick business kind of became a bust. So then he tried to do food, and then he said at first, yeah, it was kind of going slow, and then eventually, as time goes on, he was able to expand, and then became very profitable at the end. But the first 10 years of the business, they lost money. It was never profitable.
hmm
So I think that's kind of why I kind of take that as an inspiration because like building a business and also like building something for yourself is very difficult, especially starting at zero. And because he
Absolutely.
yeah, so then he didn't make money for 10 years basically. And then
Wow.
Wow.
yeah,
And
so
he still had the persistence.
yeah, he still
Wow.
had the persistent, he still had the determination of wanting to make this work. and I think
Mhm.
he eventually did
Respect,
because
respect.
yeah. So that's why like I get a lot of motivation from him, and then I really want to work hard because of that story because I want to do that, you know, and
Yeah.
yeah I think that kind of like led me to my entrepreneur side of things because I basically grew up in an entrepreneur household, so that's basically why I wanted to be like kind of like my own boss, a CEO, and do something for myself.
Yeah.
um you know like I guess that's for probably another topic, but back to like Takari International, right? So I think during that decade, he was like selling Danish cookie, coffee candy, and then eventually it would expand over time to the coconut water. Now we have our own branded product, which is the juice.
Yeah.
So slowly over time, we just grew, and then he got a warehouse like in the early 2000s. It was like a very small one, and then we just grew ever since. It just grew ever since that, and
Mhm.
so I think they moved 3 times. So they got their first warehouse around early 2000, and then like 2010, I think they got another one, and then 2017, that's the third time they moved. So we
Mhm.
just kept like the business just kept on growing, and I think it's doing really
Wow.
well. It's very profitable, and yeah, it's very my dad's a very successful person today, and I'm very happy for him. I'm very proud, and I get a lot of inspiration from him.
Definitely. Not only
Oh,
you, I got a lot of inspiration from him too.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because I work
So
with you, but seeing
yeah.
you guys, I'm like,
yeah,
damn. Like if
so this is my message to future entrepreneur. If you guys want to make it to the top, you have to be willing to lose for a decade. If you're not willing to lose for a decade, don't be an entrepreneur. Same with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, when he started YouTube, no one was watching, right?
yeah.
And I remember watching his older videos saying that it took him like 8 to 10 years to even like get to where he is today because he was like
Mhm.
14 when he made I think maybe 11 or 12 when he first made his first video, and then
Yeah,
now
Minecraft,
and
right?
then
Yeah.
yeah, it was Minecraft, and then as time goes on, I think like 8 or 9 years later, that's when he got all his fame, right?
Mm,
So that's kind of
absolutely.
like my thought. So if you're not willing to lose for a decade, don't be an entrepreneur.
That
Yeah.
that's what's hard for a lot of people to hear because
It's
they want
hard because
instant.
they get
You know,
discouraged. They get
they
discouraged.
want they want
Yeah. Nobody
everything
has the
instant.
persistence. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
persistent, consistent, and patient. Patient is very important when
Consistency,
building something.
definitely.
Yeah. So that's basically a little bit of motivation and a little bit of how I grew up in a very entrepreneurial household.
With Takari and you growing up in a very entrepreneurial household, does your dad expect you to follow his footsteps or go in that direction?
Okay, so basically, one thing I learned from my dad is having good work ethic. And my dad
Mhm.
already told me from the start that he wants me to be better than him. Just like what all father wants, they want their kid to be better than them, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm,
so that's one thing that I definitely want to like follow in its footstep is good work ethic and leadership. So in terms of taking the business, like my dad never really pressured me to do it. Like it's
Hmm.
that's gonna be my own decision. But I'm
Hmm.
not against that idea because right now I think my passion because I am working with my dad and learning how the business work. So that can always be an option for me. But right now I think one of the things that I'm really passionate about is creating content for my YouTube channel, doing this podcast. Maybe it can lead to somewhere, and if my name gets bigger in the future, I can also help my dad, promote his product, so it could be a win-win.
Yeah.
Because so he never pressured me to like get into business, but he does want me to have a good work ethic like him.
He wants you to do what you want, right? What you
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. Of course, like
Yeah.
I have to do what I like, and I have to have a good work ethic about it, right? Because like if you do what you love, but you're not consistent or you're very lazy, then it's not gonna work out, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
respect your dad even more for that because there's a lot of
Oh yeah.
people. I feel like in certain ethnicities with like Latinos or Asians
Oh
or
yeah.
anywhere else, they're really strict on kids to be like, oh, a doctor. You have to be this. You have to be
Yeah.
that. You have to go here. You have to
And
go there. You
Yeah,
know?
same
right?
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that I have a lot of respect for my parents is that like they understand where I'm coming from, because like they're themselves are entrepreneur, and whenever people say I want to be like a YouTuber, I want to be like an entrepreneur, I want to be an actor, many parents shut the idea down.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know what,
Yeah,
my
same
parents
here.
they're really optimistic that I can make it work. For in my case, my passion is creating content for people and hopefully making it as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because like growing up,
Yeah.
I always love to watch YouTube and I love gaming. So why don't I create content about gaming on YouTube,
Hmm.
right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So, but because like before I started my gaming channel, you know how I was like doing like e-commerce, like selling on
Oh
Amazon,
yeah. I
doing
remember that.
Shopify drop shipping. I
Yeah.
realized when I was
Yeah.
doing that, I wasn't really passionate about what I was selling. And
Hmm.
also affiliate
Mm.
marketing. I do not know if you guys remember, but there was like a health website that I was trying to promote.
Yeah. You sent me that
So
one. I remember that.
yeah, so I realized I
Okay.
wasn't really passionate about that. So then I had to like think like a child, and but what I mean by that is like don't overthink it. If I was a kid, what would I want to do? And then I, think like a child. I said to myself, okay, so I like video games, and I also like creating content. So why don't I make a YouTube channel about gaming? Gaming. So you never know what could happen with that. So that's kind of where I am like
Yeah.
kind of want to take this creating content more seriously now.
Hmm.
I believe there was also that kind of pressure on your academics, right? Since your
So
parents wanted good work ethic in you, right? So of course
yeah,
there has to be
of
something
course,
with
of course, of
academics.
course, yeah. So growing up, as I mentioned, I was never really the best at school, or because I didn't really have a lot of interest because of the subject I was learning. When
Yeah.
I was like, of course, when I was in elementary, of course they were like more strict because they want me to get like very good grade, but I was always like getting like C, D's, F. It was bad in elementary, and then it's gotten to a point where as I got older, they were like, okay, if you just pass, then we're happy. But I mean, like, no, no, no. But honestly, yeah, they just want me to do. Of course, they like what, but okay. So this is the thing. So I think growing up, because of that, they also enroll me in like after school program, and they also enroll me in a lot of extracurricular, because if I wasn't doing good in school, they would put me in more tutoring. They would put me in like, I do not know if you guys know this, but it's a program like Kumon. I know all the Asian kid right now is getting traumatic memory from Kumon, but it's a
Same here, man.
You were
so
there
Oh,
for
yeah,
Sushi Dance?
every
yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah,
no, yeah,
See,
yeah.
it's
My
like
mom,
Kumon, but it's like the name of the after school program is called Cambridge. So
yeah.
every summer I would have to go to summer school because of my failing grade, or because I'm never really good in school. And the thing with my parents is that they really hate lazy people. They don't like us being lazy. So
Yeah.
if they catch you being lazy, they'll put you to work. They'll put you to work. So that's why, like every summer, when I was a child, I would always be in summer school. I would be doing baseball. I would be doing piano. And hey, all my Asian kids, I know piano can be very traumatizing. Or I know some of you love it, but for me, it was
You,
pretty traumatizing.
sorry to interrupt you. You know what's
Yeah.
funny? Like I'm the only child, and I always wanted to do things like that. But my mom just
Oh.
never had the time to put me to those programs because she always worked. So it's funny
Oh, I
to hear
see.
that I didn't do anything. I never played any sports, no instruments, no
I,
extracurricular activities. So for me to hear that, it's like, damn. I feel like you would
so
like what I had, which was nothing. But I would like to have what you had, which is those extracurricular activities.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
Chinese school too. My parents would also put me in Chinese school during freshman year, and then I remember when I get jealous of Ozzy because you were at home playing Black
Oh,
Ops 3, and then
dude.
I would have to go, and then I would have to go to Chinese school. It's like, how come my friend
Yeah,
gets to play Black Ops and I have to go to a Chinese school?
bro.
It's
Shit.
not fair. And then I see all my friends are ranking up, and then I'm stuck here doing this boring Chinese workbook.
oh god.
Sean would go to his schooling, and I would be on from the whole time he was gone all the way
Yeah,
till he
and then
was
I would
back.
always get jealous. All my friends are on. I
Yeah,
could be also ranking up in Black Ops.
yeah. My mom wasn't that
Uh,
strict, but that's for next episode. On
yeah,
I'll cover that next episode.
I don't
Yeah,
know if you
yeah.
remember that,
Yeah,
Ozzy, because
Would
I
love to
would
know
complain
that.
to you.
yeah.
I would complain to you about
You
that. Oh,
would,
I'm stuck.
yeah.
I'm
I would
stuck
text him
here.
like, Sean, get on, and he'd be like, bro, I'm not home right now. You know what I'm doing? I'm like, oh shoot. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
yeah.
I would always get my chill with my friend because you're out there having fun, and
Especially
I'm
on
stuck
weekends,
here.
huh? You would also do things on the weekend.
Yeah, it was on
Hmm.
weekend, and it was from it wasn't too long. It was like 9 a.m. to 12, but then we always have errands to do, a lot of
Yeah,
errands to do, so
you'll
it
always
always
be
takes
out.
up the
Yeah.
whole day. Yeah, so then I don't get home till like night, and then by that time everyone's already ranked up in Black Ops, and here I
Yeah.
am still like
Or you got to go
Uh,
to
level,
bed. Yeah.
yeah, not even prestige yet. So I was pretty sad about that most of
uh,
the time. But yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of extracurricular when I was younger, and a lot of like tutoring, because like when I was like elementary, I would always have to my parents would always have to get a tutor because I was unteachable at home, and I wouldn't
mm,
get my homework done, so they would have to hire a tutor to help me get my homework done. And because
Throughout
my
high
grades were
school?
so bad,
uh,
no, not high school, elementary.
Mm,
I
okay.
stopped that during middle school, but like during
Yeah.
elementary, I think from like first to even six, I always have tutor come over almost every day, and then just do homework with me, because
Damn.
I wouldn't want to do it, and because of my failing
yeah,
grade, my parents just got a tutor with
Yeah.
me, and it's not
yeah,
really fun, but you know, yeah, it wasn't fun, but
yeah.
it just like something that I had to deal with.
Hmm.
Yeah, my parents would do the same thing too. Like back at sixth grade,
Damn.
that's when my grades started to dip from
Yeah,
A's to like just two B's. And my parents were kind of like, and then
yeah,
so what my parents did was they they would always drop me to one tutor, one famous tutor in the area,
yeah,
and they would put me to her, and she would like teach me math, like, oh, x plus 4 equals this, find
yeah. It
x.
sucks. It sucks, and I
And
know that. And I know
yeah,
because like I wouldn't do my homework sometime. My mom, we used to have like a whiteboard at home, right? My parents would write down math question on the whiteboard, and then by the time they come home, the whiteboard better be filled. And then I wouldn't do it. By the time they would like come to the garage, I would have to
oh
rush to the
god,
whiteboard and then okay figure it out. And then sometimes it would be wrong too because
Bro,
I didn't know how to
Sean,
do
oh
it.
god.
I never imagined hearing this from Sean because I always thought he was
Ah,
like a super,
yeah,
on
yeah,
top of
Man,
his
yeah.
stuff. But
that
It was
really
like
yeah,
really lives to the stereotype, huh? Asian parents.
yeah.
yeah, Asian
God
stereotype.
No,
But you know,
but
I'm glad my parents did that because you know it made me the person I am today. And then they work hard. They
damn.
want me to succeed in school.
Yeah, of course.
Elementary I sucked in school, but I got better in middle school and high school. Of course, I did better because I wanted to go to college. And then I also met UC Bass. You kind of also encouraged me to do better in a way because you always made school look easy.
I
So
try
so
my
high
best.
school
I just do what I do.
yeah. So high school I was definitely better.
Mm.
so with all of that you just
Yeah,
told us.
so the oh wait,
No,
my
go ahead,
bad.
go ahead.
Sorry
No,
to
go ahead.
interrupt, but
You can go ahead.
yeah, back with my tutor, right?
Yeah,
So I went to the tutor, and she taught me all this thing, algebra, geometry,
yeah. It's very
English.
boring.
Yeah, it was really boring. And guess what? The next term, my grades dipped even more.
Oh my.
'Cause I
How
was all,
ironic.
I know, and I was also in my rebellious state, so I was more
Yeah, me
rebellious
too.
after that.
Bro, hearing
Yeah,
all this, just I had it easy. I feel bad for you
No,
guys
yeah.
just hearing this.
No, yeah, because I
yeah,
remember.
bro.
No, I was very emotional when I was a kid. Like I overreacted to a lot of stuff, especially sixth grade,
You would talk
and
back?
I would talk back, and I remember one incident, and I was the, kind of the bad guy here, but back in like I think sixth grade, I think my parents brought like Chick-fil-A home, and I think they
Okay.
kind of got the wrong order or something, and then I kind of
Yeah.
freaked out about that, and then I threatened to run away, and then I
This
think
dude.
I don't know why,
What
but
did you
like
get?
that's how
What did you get instead of your order?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
what
was
you
kind
get
it
and
was
what
kind of
was the
dumb.
Like
order?
he's gonna be
No,
like,
it
I
was
got
kind of
like
dumb,
two chicken
honestly.
sandwiches
Like
instead
thinking
of my
back.
nuggets.
Yeah, it was like something like that. It was like I wanted
No,
like
what?
it was like I wanted a spicy biscuit, but I got the regular biscuit instead. And
Uh-huh.
then
Oh,
and then I just like ran away from home, and that was kind of like my rebellious stage too. I do not know. I was a
Bro, you
teen
just
going through
wanted to
hormonal
spice.
stuff.
see, we can't blame you though, because kids,
Yeah,
even nowadays, I see a lot of kids are brats. I was a brat too. I'll be honest. Until my
Me
mom
too,
actually like, put me on like, oh, I was a
yeah,
brat.
and I think it kind of got worse also kind of in middle school because like I was going through an emotional time, or this may sound silly, but like we used to have I used to have a babysitter growing up, right? And she was literally there from the day that I was born until
yeah.
seventh grade, and then I
Uh-huh.
think that was also during my rebellious stage too in 6, 7, maybe 8th grade. But my babysitter all of a sudden, went back to Indonesia, and then because of that, I kind of threw a tantrum, and I kind of like,
Mm.
had to like,
It
it felt
affected
like,
you.
Mm.
yeah, it affected me a lot because she was like my second mother, and I was very
Yeah.
close to her, and till this day, I'm very close to her. I still, text her on WhatsApp. I still FaceTime her,
Mm.
and
Oh,
so
that's
I was very
nice.
close to my babysitter. So that's why, like, especially during middle school, I was like very emotional because, I think my babysitter left me, and then that left like a dent in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, you
That's
guys
why
are that.
yeah, and honestly, I don't know if you remember, but during 8th grade Aussie, I was in the same class with you for history. I think that's
Yeah.
why I was switching out because it wasn't even the teacher's fault.
Oh,
I just needed someone to blame it on,
yeah.
and then I
No,
kind of
yeah, I
like
remember.
chose that.
I don't remember
Yeah,
like the exact details, but I do remember you switching out and just had
yeah,
going through some
switching out
problems with
because
that.
like
Yeah.
yeah, and I kind
Damn.
of wanted to create that problem because like I guess I kind of needed to take that emotional anger out on someone, and she unfortunately became the scapegoat,
Damn.
the scapegoat in that. So yeah, I was that teacher didn't do anything wrong. It was mostly me, so that's why I had to like switch out or asked to switch out because back then I did tell her that she was a horrible teacher, but in
Oh,
reality, I don't thinking back, she wasn't that
no, I'm
bad.
not.
She was just
I'm
trying
not
her
gonna
best.
lie. She was not even teaching to begin with. She would
I
literally
mean,
just put things on the board pre-recorded, and I don't blame you.
yeah,
She really
I
wasn't
don't like
teaching,
those. No,
but
I don't know.
but she
She
that's
would give out a
lazy.
lot of homework for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
And then
too.
because of
Yeah.
that, I just used her as a scapegoat, But in
Makes
reality,
sense.
she wasn't the problem, but it was just, the things that was happening
Yeah. She was trying to
with my
get by her
babysitter
day.
leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I kind of use her as a scapegoat, which,
So
Mm.
going back about relating to your parents, I could
yeah.
tell like maybe your parents were a little strict when it came to your academic performance, like you
Oh
said,
yeah, I
right?
mean they want me to do good because like I want to go
Yeah.
college. And they also put me in. I don't know if you remember, but in high school they would put me in SAT class every Saturday, Friday and Saturday.
Oh
Like
Yeah,
yeah.
you
I
guys always
remember
saw
you
me
used to
stressing
talk
with the
about your
weight stress.
SET class. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you were super stressed about it.
It
Yeah.
was, it
That's
was, yeah,
good. I
cause
remember.
it was horrible. Cause Friday I would have to come in after school, and to do like a mock practice SAT test until like 7 or 8, and then the next day on Saturday, I would have to come in to do a SAT class where the SAT that you took the day before that mock test, you would go over it, and that would take up from 9 a.m. all the way to 5 p.m. So it would take up the whole day. So that was my junior year of high school, and that was horrible for me.
Damn.
Dude,
I
junior
It
don't
was not
know.
year
fun.
itself
It,
is
it was not
really
fun.
hard. I
It was
hated
not
junior
fun.
year.
It
Yeah,
was
not
not
fun
fun.
for us. No.
But with that happening, were your parents did they ever discipline you like physically or mentally, or did they ever like talk to you in any
Uh,
way?
they just lecture me, and they always
Lectured
put
you?
me in extra, just lecture, a lot of lecture, and excuse me, a lot of lecture, and also a lot of extracurricular, like what I mentioned before, like getting me more tutor, putting me in more program. So I think that's kind of like in a way kind of punishing me because they're making me do stuff that I don't want to do, like
Mm,
putting me in this extracurricular, extra tutor. Like I know uh, Kumon might traumatize some of you kids, but it was a program similar to that. But
yeah.
yeah, it was not fun. All I can say.
So that was their way of
Mm.
teaching you a lesson.
Yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
lecture and a lot of extracurricular stuff.
Gosh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, not
because
fun. Doesn't sound fun
and
at all.
at one point my parents were a little stressed too about my SAT because they thought I couldn't go to college. So they were always stressed about my SAT grades about that too.
Mm.
So that's kind
Yeah,
of
parents
also
tend to over exaggerate. Yeah, same with my
yeah,
parents. You know, they'll be
yeah.
like, "Hey, if you don't get this grade, you're not gonna get Popeye's chicken sandwich." You know, so
Yeah, something like that. Something
Were
like
they
that.
not
Yeah.
feeding you after you got home or something, or was it just
No, I
yeah,
mean, of
bro, they'll
course.
starve me to death, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just
like,
kidding.
yo, that for an SAT? That's crazy.
Yeah,
No, no. I think
but
it's like
yeah,
considered.
SAT was like super hard. Yeah, it was
SAT was
super
pretty
hard. It was so
traumatizing, and
annoying.
I did not know remember, but on
Yeah,
my Instagram story when I took my last SAT, I threw the SAT book out. I was like, no more SAT, and I threw the
You
SAT book
you
out.
could have
I
resold
didn't
that. You could have resold that book
could
for
have, but the thing is, it's
a
really
fair change.
outdated now. That
Oh
Right,
version's
you gotta
yeah.
outdated.
let out
So
your anger too, right? I respect the
yeah,
decision. Yeah, absolutely.
if
Yeah,
I
you
see
gotta
that book,
throw that shit away.
honestly I
Yeah.
might recreate that video. Like I might just grab a fire pit and just throw it all there, throw it all
You know
in
what
there.
we should do? We should do a video where we should grab all of our books, like from high
Yeah,
school, and we should
yeah.
like dump it into the trash can, and we should burn it, set
Oh
it
yeah.
aflame.
Oh
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I'm
good
down.
YouTube idea. Yeah, video idea.
Yeah, a
Video
fire
idea,
pit,
guys.
like a fire pit, and then
Yeah,
just throw a dump our books.
yeah, and then I'm gonna buy some marshmallows for you guys, and we could
Oh
just
heck
Some
yeah!
have a barbecue.
marshmallows.
And roasted weenies, roasted weenies. Can't forget about
Oh,
that.
Sean, he's a glizzy
Hot
glover.
dogs, hot
Oh yeah,
dogs,
wieners.
wieners.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. And I did not condone this type of activity. If any sponsors are out there, please, I'm not a part of this. That's
yes.
Buy Wiener Schnitzel. Wiener Schnitzel. Where you at?
Please sponsor us. We're broke.
Yeah, bro. We need to make a profit, man. Come on,
Adam
Wieners.
Yes.
Come
Need,
on.
please.
But yeah,
But I
overall,
don't really
I'm
know.
happy with the way how my parents raised me. They raised me with good work ethic. They raised me with good moral values, and I'm happy the way I turned out. I think because of that, it made me the person I am today, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh yeah. So you must be a very grateful person, huh?
Very grateful,
Sounds like
yeah.
you're a very
Very
yeah.
grateful, very grateful.
So could you list us and the audience some things that you're very grateful for your parents, for your family,
Of
for
course,
what you are right now?
of
Yeah,
course.
please tell us.
One of them is good work ethic, and another one is I noticed that I'm pretty fortunate to be in this position because I never have to worry anything about like financial related anything financial related. I never have to worry, which I am very grateful about that. And they also taught me a lot about that too, on how to provide for my future family. Because I want my future kids next time to ask my future wife about, oh, why are we rich? And I want my future wife to say to my future kid, oh, it is because your dad worked hard. That's basically what I want. So they teach me a lot about generational wealth and all that. And they're also, I like the way how they discipline me, and I also like how they I basically like how they also took me under their wing with working in their business, teaching me leadership skill, how to do business deals, and overall just taking me under their wing, which I'm very grateful for.
Wow.
And I think
Yeah.
that made me the person I am today. Of course,
Fueled by
there's
ambition.
yeah. So of course, like I can say that, of course, like what I mentioned before, my dad said that he wants me to be better than him, and it's gonna be really hard to beat because he set the bar really high. So it's gonna be hard to beat. I will admit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he did,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Good luck with that,
but
man.
I'm gonna try my
Good
best though.
luck.
I'm gonna try my best.
And
So
we're cheering you
hopefully,
on, man. Good luck with that for
Yeah.
real. Cause
thank you. So
Yeah.
I can definitely
Gonna
see
need
this podcast
20
becoming
years of
success.
persistence.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, I
You're
can see
gonna
this
need
podcast
double
going
that,
somewhere.
man. Double that.
Of course. I'm
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
can see this
we're
podcast
hitting
blowing
good
up.
numbers.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I can also see my gaming channel blowing up too. So I'm pretty optimistic overall. We're off to a good start, I would say.
that's good,
Yeah.
man.
Always optimistic. Fingers crossed.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, and I'm also very grateful that my parents also doesn't talk down about my dream about wanting to be a content creator. Because they themselves know what's like to be in this situation about not taking the traditional 9 to 5 job, and
mhm.
them being their own boss. So they kind of like understand where I'm coming at also because they've been there. So when I wanted to create content, they supported the idea, and my mom was even like, "Oh, it's good that you can be a content creator because you can be like Face Rug, and you can you can also retire me." Because my
Yeah.
parents like to watch Face Rug. He always buys like nice Christmas present for their parents, and then they're like, "Oh, once you become a big YouTuber, you can also do the same for me." So they're also very
Damn. Yeah.
encouraging in
That's
that
good.
sense
They're
too.
they're super
Yeah.
optimistic about those things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
and they're
very glad
also
your parents woke up, like denying the
yeah,
traditional route, the 9 to 5,
yeah. Oh,
because
of course, yeah,
everybody nowadays starts to realize that it's kind of bullshit, you know?
There's other
yeah.
ways to make money.
Yeah, like,
Because like yeah, there's more ways to make money, and I just feel like I just now this doesn't apply to everyone, but for me personally, I just don't see myself working for someone else at an office job for the next 40 years. Now it's okay to
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
for 2 to 3 years. I'm okay with doing that as for learning experience because that can be a good learning experience. But
Yeah. Get
to
the
do it for the rest of
experience.
my
Yeah.
life, maybe not.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
agree with
You
you on
want to
that
be
one.
your own boss. Exactly.
That and I also want to like do something more with your life because see, like the company, like they don't really care about you. They can always replace you if you're gone or or something
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
happens, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if you
Corporate.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, or if you like, if you leave like a legacy, right, then people will remember you.
Yeah.
Like if I leave this world one day, I want people to remember me for something. That's what I've learned, and I want to make
Yeah.
a lot of impact to other people.
Yeah.
Is
Like Elon Musk. You're the next Elon Musk.
Hey, there we go, or Ronaldo or Messi or I don't
Like
know,
Diddy.
Yeah. Next
Just
yeah,
like
Cristiano
Diddy.
Ronaldo, bro.
or Mr. Beast,
You want?
Mr.
Or
Beast.
Diddy.
Oh, did he?
Sure,
Oh,
man.
okay. Honestly, guys, I feel the same way with you two also because you guys are also very working hard and you guys are also very reliable and we're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it
Soon, man. Soon. Okay,
soon.
so I have a question.
Yeah.
Um, we've talked about this before. I know
Yeah.
you're a very religious person.
Oh
Your
yeah.
family is very religious as well.
Oh yeah.
You come from a very religious background, but like, what does religion mean to you in your life? Like,
Yeah.
you explain
So
a bit.
in terms of religion, I want to say I have a relationship with Jesus rather than religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously by that definition I am a Christian, but what
Yeah.
that means is having a relationship with Jesus and then accepting and accepting the free gift that he gave to us by dying on the cross for us. So that's basically it's basically a relationship with Jesus, right? We don't have to do any work, and it is good that we show that we do work because it shows us that we're thankful of what he did for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that Christianity also teaches good moral value. It teaches you how to be a kind person, and it also teaches you how to be generous. So that's really some of the values that I've learned and really like about Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say I grew up in a Christian household. My parents brought me into the faith, and I'm very grateful for that value that my parents gave to me and shared with me.
For
So
sure.
of course, I'm not perfect by any means, and every day I still fall short, and I'm not
Yeah.
perfect
We're
at
all
the end of the
sinners.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's about how do you get better and how do you become a better each day,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not about like being perfect, but how do you be better than yesterday is basically the
Yeah.
main goal.
Have you repented?
Repent. I mean, like, yeah. So basically, Christianity always teaches you that you're always forgiven, because
Yeah.
like
Okay.
he died on the cross for you,
Yeah.
and
I
then
don't really know the meaning of repent.
yeah.
So.
So repentant is like if I don't know if you used to be like an addict something and then you turn away from that. I guess that's a form of repentance.
Mm-hmm.
But
Praying too,
I
right?
mean,
Praying
hmm?
about it, I think.
Yeah,
Is praying about it too a form of that?
praying about it. Well, I guess you can say like praying about
Like
it
repenting for your sins,
helps.
right?
Yeah, but it's like you don't have to like ask forgiveness because you are already forgiven. So you don't have to like
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's good to do that though. It's good to pray and
Uh-huh.
ask for forgiveness, but it's not required because you're already forgiven.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's so yeah,
As
I
long as you turn
definitely
away from those habits, right?
yeah.
You said.
So that's basically my moral value in life is basically Christianity is basically my moral value in life.
All
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
It's nice, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
influenced me with that because I remember we had a couple talks about religion.
Yeah.
I've
I mean,
been
I'm
I've
I'm
been going
glad
back to church,
Oh yeah, I'm
Sundays
I'm
and
glad
stuff. Yeah.
I could share that with you, and I'm glad that you were open to that topic because I know sometimes people are pretty sensitive about this topic, or some people are
Yeah.
not willing to
Yeah.
listen to
Plenty.
the other side. And
Hmm.
but I'm glad that you guys are open to it, and if anyone's open to talk about that topic, I'm happy to talk to them about it. If they're not comfortable with that topic, then I'll just keep it to myself.
Hmm.
That's just because I respect everyone's belief. Everyone has the right to believe anything they want. So I have my own belief. You guys and everyone else can have their own.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
So with
Yeah.
religion, there's also, sometimes people like to clash religion with politics, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
talked we've talked about that a couple
Yeah.
times about
Of
a
course.
church doing that. But
Yeah.
what are your views on politics? Because I know you've had a change of views throughout the
I
years,
have.
and
Yeah. So I think growing up, I would say I was raised in more leaning conservative. But as I got older, like my college year, my senior year of high school, like end of senior year of high school to college year of freshman, I shift more democratic, I would say, because
Mhm.
like I guess like I was always like in the bubble when it comes to politics. Like when I was in high school, right? I was always hearing what the conservative have to say, but I never
Yeah,
really hear what the other side had to say. So I always thought that, oh, conservative is good and liberal is bad. But then like as I got older, I became more open minded, and then
yeah,
during the 2020 election, there was the Democratic debate that was happening. And then I started hearing this new ideas. And then I think I told you this, guys, before, but there was this candidate that really stood out to me. I think it was like Andrew Yang. And then he kind of like opened my mind because it's like he has some like, he's really young and he has some like really good ideas that I never really heard before.
hmm,
One of them is like universal basic income. I was like, oh, that could help us. And also, I
yeah,
also heard like Bernie Sanders talking in that stage, and he talked a lot about like healthcare, about how the healthcare system isn't really good here in America, and how we should be like in European country. I was like, oh, I think that's a good idea. So that's why I kind
yeah.
of like shifted towards that side of the politics.
Hmm.
So I know
Mm.
there's some of the church they would say I would say it leans more conservative, which till this day I still question about I guess I quite kind of question why they do that, because like that's I feel like with majority church they lean more conservative, but I'm kind of like the opposite of that in terms of politics. So it's still something I'm still trying to ask God and to really guide me in the right direction. What should my views be? And but that's currently where I'm at right now. Is I would say I'm like a moderate Democrat in terms of like
Hmm.
political wise.
Do you think politics and religion should be like mixed?
If
Like
I'm
let's
being
say
on,
if you go to a
yeah,
church and the priest starts talking about, oh, you need to vote for this person
yeah.
because of this, and that.
In my
Yeah,
opinion, I say it's demonic. Do you know why?
yeah. Give me.
Because
Yeah, I would agree.
when you vote for a person, or when you're giving this person so much attention, it makes them your god. You're making this
You're
political
praising
candidate
them,
your
yeah.
yeah, because
Yes,
the
Uh-huh.
it's
I
kind of
think
like
you
a cult,
guys
huh? Yeah,
yeah, so you need to be
Glazing.
yeah. Some cultures
yeah,
behave you.
yeah, so you need to be like worshiping and praising Jesus. But if you're praising a political party, or if you're
Hmm.
praising a political candidate, that's where it could be
Yeah,
dangerous, because in the
Yeah.
Bible it teaches us that you should not worship any other god beside me, right? And then when
Yeah.
you're
yeah,
praising this candidate, that's where it becomes dangerous, because that's when it goes against the Bible. So that's why like I kind of
Mm-hmm.
like in a way rebelled against the church by changing my views, because they would push it so much time saying, "Oh, you have to lean
yeah,
conservative," or "Oh, you have to vote for this conservative candidate." So that kind of
exactly.
like gave me a sour taste in my mouth. So that's kind of where I
Yeah,
am at in terms of faith
yeah,
and religion and political
yeah.
views.
I believe in the Bible. There's this one quote where Jesus is like, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life."
Yes,
So I
amen.
kind of like believe in that motto and believe that,
Yes,
oh, no other person, like any political
yes,
party or any
no,
political candidate get good,
yeah,
like
and yeah, and
like
even if a
compare.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and even if
Yeah.
a church starts praising a Democratic candidate or the political party, of course I would also be against that too. Even though I am that, I would
Oh
also be
yeah.
against that.
Mm,
So yeah, I think in terms of politics and church, I think number one, the church needs to preach the gospel is what I believe. That's the most
Hmm.
important thing, and I think that's something they should stick with.
we could talk about about why you started to create a channel on YouTube. Like, what is
Okay,
your
yeah.
purpose in YouTube?
Of course, of course. So I
Yeah.
think this kind of goes back to kind of like what I mentioned earlier, because like my e-commerce, I wasn't passionate about e-commerce because I was doing that during college. So then I had to, and then after graduating from college, I was working with my parents, and then I was like, what can I do? And it was perfect timing too because I think during that summer, right after I graduated, my parents they helped me, um, or they kind of like helped me with my setup too. With PC, computer, keyboard, and mouse. Um, so because I think I like wanted to create content, and then they're really supportive of that. And then so again, I kind of want to give that a shout out because without them I wouldn't have to set up. So I just want to give them a quick shout out there. So I had to think about what I want to do and what I like. And what I like is video games and making content because growing up I watched like Ali A, T Martin, Face Rug, Face Rain, all the Face crew, all the
Oh yeah.
Optic. So that's kind of what I wanted to do because if those guys can do it, what makes me any different, right?
Who are your top three inspirations as in YouTubers?
Yeah,
YouTuber,
YouTube
yeah,
inspirations. Yeah.
Face Rug, uh, Mr.
Okay.
Beast,
Mr.
and
B.
I would say I grew up watching a lot of T Martin, Ali a lot of Call of Duty YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
Tobuscus used to be huge back in the day, but he kind of fell off. So
Yeah,
I
I
used to
think
watch
he
him a
was
lot
bigger
too.
than PewDiePie at some point, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely PewDiePie. Oh,
Tabasco?
I can't
Yeah.
forget PewDiePie, especially PewDiePie versus T Series. I remember that
Yeah.
era. But honestly,
Yeah, good times.
but yeah, those are basically my top inspiration for YouTuber because I know Mr. Beast used to do YouTube or gaming back in the day with his Minecraft. Yeah, he used to do Minecraft videos like and Call of Duty back in the day. So I kind of look at some
Mm.
of his older videos and then take a look at that. I also took a look at some Face Rug older video and also take a look at that. And also
Phase.
and
Yeah.
also another YouTuber that is kind of new is I Show Speed. And now I kind of
Oh God. Oh God.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's like so. He's kind of I don't know. He's
That
kind of like
is
very
so out
No,
of the
look, I'll be
ordinary, man.
real. He
I don't
knows
know.
how
He's
to
kind of
he
like
knows how to put on a show.
yeah,
But
because
some
like
of the
he's
things
just
he does
very
are
And
like
he's smart.
energetic.
He's actually
yeah,
smart.
he's
Yeah,
He's
he
just
dumb.
knows
very
the younger
energetic.
audience, what brain rot they
What they
use. Oh,
want.
man,
Yeah.
man, he's smart.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I don't know. I watch a lot of I Show Speed, and I was like, I wish I could be energized as that guy, and because
Yeah,
he has a lot of
man.
fans. He gets
Yeah.
so
All right,
I
to
don't know.
go
I
off
like
on
his
a
energy. I like his
tangent.
energy.
Yeah, to go off on a tangent, right? I should speed. I was so happy when he met Ronaldo, bro.
Dude, yeah, that was awesome. I saw that
That
on
was
his YouTube. I was
so
like,
that
dang,
was
good for
epic.
him. He came a
Yeah,
long way because he
I was
also did
genuinely
gaming too.
happy for him. Yeah.
He used to play like a lot of Fortnite back then.
Oh yeah. No, he
Yeah.
Yeah, he
started off
played
with
Fortnite with
2K.
his friend. Yeah, he started with 2K and
With
then
2K.
Fortnite, and then eventually he got to streaming.
I
So
think what
I
really
was
helped
Mm.
him was Aiden Ross.
oh
When he started
yeah,
coming on his streams and stuff.
that's right. Aiden Ross was
Yeah.
is kind of new too in our generation, or in yeah, Aiden Ross is kind of new too
He's
actually,
like one
right?
of the top ones in our generation, yeah.
Yeah, I think right now like Aiden Ross, like I Show Speed, Kai Cenat is pretty relevant because
Hmm.
but back then when I was small, I think the one that was relevant is like Face, Optic, Ali A, T
Oh
Martin.
yeah, phase,
Those were
bro.
the and
Yeah,
Smosh.
face clan. Yeah,
So those were the relevant, but now it's
yeah,
different
Smosh.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Smosh? Oh definitely.
yeah,
yeah. Too bad it became corporate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or did yeah.
I'm kind of glad Anthony and Ian came back though because I really like um I really miss them, so I'm kind of glad they came back.
My
So
biggest YouTuber inspiration was Markiplier, hands down.
oh yeah, he was really good. He was really good. He was
Yeah,
good.
I loved his charities. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's so many YouTubers I can think of, but yeah, those just
Yeah.
are some of my few inspiration that I wanted to start the channel because if they could do it, what makes me any different, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the main questions, would you like to say
What?
anything about?
Wait,
Main
Yeah.
questions,
there's more
right?
questions? What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, go
Would
ahead.
you like to talk about anything about Indonesia? Like, did
Indonesia,
you go on
yes, yes,
vacation
Have,
again?
yes.
have you visited
Yeah,
Indonesia?
I have
Yeah.
visited
yeah,
Indonesia
you
back in
definitely have. Yeah.
2019, and it was a really good experience. And
Yeah.
because it really showed me where my parents grew up,
Mhm.
showed me different culture. I love their food. Indonesian has some great food, and oh man, I have to go back. Oh, and I got to reunite
Damn.
with my babysitter again, the one I mentioned earlier in this video.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
I got to reunite with her, and it was great. I got to see some of my family members too that live there still, and honestly, it's very it's a really good experience and very cultural different than here in the U.S. But
Oh yeah,
overall,
definitely.
I enjoyed the experience and
Damn.
Is it
a lot of
very
street food.
populated there?
Yeah, yeah, very populated. I think
Oh,
Indonesia is
okay.
the fourth most populated place in the world. Also, one thing that not many people know about me is that there is a slight chance that I might be Dutch. So the story behind this is
Mm.
that my mom's grandma, so my great grandma, she looked like she's like Dutch, like she doesn't look Asian at all. She looks like a white person. She so because
Is she very tall?
I think so, but I
Asking
did
for
see
a
a picture
friend.
and she did look she looked Dutch and like white. But yeah, I
Oh,
think the story behind that is because around like the 1800 all the way up to 1941, Indonesia used to be under Dutch control. So that's basically the
yeah.
history of Dutch controlling over Indonesia and having
Yeah.
control over them. So I
Was
think that's so not many
was
people know about that.
Indonesia per? Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
my
sorry, go
bad.
ahead.
No, no, no. I was gonna ask if Indonesia was part of the Khmer Rouge. I don't know if that's what
That's a
it's called.
very good
Khmer.
question, but I'm not quite familiar with it. All I know is that from the 1800 all the way to 1941, before the Japanese
Oh,
took
okay.
over, during World War II, they were under Dutch control, and they were really friendly with each other. The Dutch and Indonesia. My dad told me that they were pretty
Yeah.
friendly with each other. So I think there's a slight chance, cannot confirm it, that I might be of a Dutch descent.
Have
Have
you
you
done like
tried
a
taking the
23andMe?
ancestry
I really
test?
want to do that
Yeah,
one
the
day. Actually,
23andMe.
I really want to do that one day. I really
I
want
get
to.
scared, bro. I feel like I heard that they use your DNA for something else.
Oh, I don't know about
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
yeah, that's
I've
one
done
thing
it.
that I'm concerned.
I've done
Oh,
it.
Oh,
really?
you've done it?
Yeah,
What did it
How
and I
come
was
was
back
it?
as?
disappointed with my results. I was 100% Bengali, bro.
I kind of want to do it
I
because some
thought I
people have been
had,
telling me to do it.
yeah, I thought I had some Portuguese genes because that's, the
Ronaldo.
Portuguese missionaries came to our country.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. Ronaldo's ancestors. Yeah,
I hope
Dog.
they
I'm
probably came
also.
to, probably, booty fuck someone. I don't know.
Hey,
Yo.
if I am part of a Dutch descent, then that mean I'm sort of blood related to Van Dyke. Virgil Van Dyke, Dutch player.
Mm.
That'd be
And
cool.
Robin
Dumbass.
and Van Persie. Yeah,
Yes, and Gakpo.
I
Gakpo.
want to know what I am
Dutch.
because
yeah.
I remember my mom told me that I had like a great, like I'm talking about like great
Hmm.
grandmother that was like Filipino. But I don't know if she's
Oh,
just kidding with me or just
Yeah,
playing
no
around.
wonder you look Filipino,
yeah.
man.
But
Yeah,
I just
that's
want
what
to
everyone
figure it
said,
out.
actually. That's what
Yeah.
everyone's
Yeah,
Like,
saying.
but I'm too
that's what
scared
you
to do it.
mentioned, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Ozzy, when I first saw you, I thought you were like a mixed guy, like mixed race. Yeah, I
What did you
thought
think I
it's
was mixed with?
good. I know the first 50 was like Hispanic, definitely Hispanic,
Yeah.
and
I think I
then
looked
the
a lot more
other,
Hispanic back then.
You
yeah,
were
with the
lighter.
haircut, yeah, yeah. I remember
Yeah.
you had this and then this
Oh,
shaved the
yeah.
sides and back. I don't remember, but the
In high
sides
school?
definitely shaved up. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think in
yeah,
middle school you were a little lighter because now you're a little tanner now. So people can say it's like look like Filipino, but back then I thought it was
Bro,
just Hispanic because
middle
you were more tan, or not
middle
tan, but you were lighter
school.
skin.
You know what's funny though? When I was in middle school, well, this is a whole story for my segment, but
Yeah,
short
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Elementary school, I would always get bullied for like my weight and my skin color.
Oh,
Yeah. So
skin
like
color.
during
mm,
yeah, like believe it or not, dude, I've seen like racism throughout elementary school all the way through middle
mm,
school from like teachers and like peers. So like during
yeah.
middle school, I lost a lot of weight and I stayed home just to like become a little lighter, like on purpose, you know? Because I was
I
like,
think.
damn, bro, I'm getting bullied for all this. Like, what the fuck?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm, that's a
But
strong motivator, boy. Oh,
yeah,
Strong
that's the
motivator.
story. That's the story for another segment.
Yeah.
Next
yeah, next
episode for sure.
episode. Next
Next episode,
episode
man.
on
Talk about
Passport Boys
segregation
podcast.
Yeah.
segregation in Chino Hills.
Yeah.
Segregation. Ooh, I need to know that.
Speaking. Yeah. Speaking of motivation,
Yeah.
I kind of like want to base it off of like my favorite soccer player, a Messi inspirational story. because
Not Ronaldo, man.
Sean
and
get
Ronaldo
Messi.
too. But I remember I definitely want to share the Messi one because I think
Yeah.
he
Nah,
in
you pick
2014.
Messi over Ronaldo, man. What the hell?
No,
I
that's
like both. I like
crazy.
both. I love both. I love both. I love both.
I
I
like
love both.
LeBron.
LeBron, no,
Oh,
basketball,
oh,
different
oh.
sport, different
That's
sport.
no
Basketball.
play. Actually,
Who's next? Stephen Curry, Michael Jordan.
Oh,
Michael
MJ.
Jordan. I don't
MJ's
even
def.
watch it. I don't even watch
No,
basketball.
MJ's the
MJ's an
goat,
OG.
definitely.
He's
Yeah,
OG. He's OG.
yeah, MJ. Everybody knows MJ,
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Jackson?
Michael
and that
Jordan.
MJ too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that
both
MJ too.
MJs, man. Both
Michael
MJs.
Jordan. But he
Michael.
was big in the
Oh, Michael
90s.
Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I've learned that like in life, even though when things seems all hope is lost, you should keep going, be
Hmm.
consistent, don't listen to anyone, you just keep doing you. Because my
Yeah.
favorite one of my favorite soccer, Messi, he lost the 2014 final World Cup. He also lost the Copa America final in 2016, and he was also eliminated in the 2018 World Cup in the round of 16. And then at one point
Mm.
he did want to retire from the team, and then literally the next Copa America in 2020 he won, and also 2022 he won the World Cup. So that's also another inspirational story that I would like to share with you guys, or because like even though you may be losing a lot in the beginning, it will all work out at the end.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great story right there, man. Some words of
Yeah,
inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah.
inspiration.
I
Even
believe
though,
Messi is the better player. He's the best player.
yeah,
No, no one could tell
and
that. No one could tell me.
if and I can apply that with my passion way creating content because yes, within the first few years nobody's gonna watch, but I know at the end if I was consistent, if I'm better than how I was, and if I keep getting better, then of course I will attract those
Yeah.
viewers and I will get noticed one day.
Yeah. Yeah. We are born to be consistent and persistent creatures. Because
Of
back in
course,
the day, in the like, let's say like 7,000 BC, right? We would
yeah,
like hunt deer, and deer would give up, but not the humans, not the hunter-gatherers,
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
hunter would just, get the easy prey.
of
Hmm.
course,
That's
yeah,
why I was like, we are actually born to be persistent.
of course,
Definitely.
of course.
I feel like some people have lost that though, especially
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. With like
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
people have
modernity.
people just want like
Yeah,
instant everything instantly, instant
especially with the
results.
TikTok
Yeah.
generation.
Exactly. But I don't
yeah.
blame them though, because there's just so
TikTok,
many people out there.
DoorDash,
Yeah.
Uber Eats.
At the same
It's
time,
the
I don't blame those
dopamine.
people because there's just so much content out there. Like, there's these kids like, oh, getting my first car at 16 on YouTube. I'm like,
So it's
the
easy to
fuck?
compare yourself with others.
Yeah, I was still
Yeah,
playing
Yeah.
Pokemon at 16. How the hell this guy has a
Yeah,
car?
me too.
But
I was playing Black Ops in
yeah,
16. I don't know
yeah.
what
Even I
they were
get to
doing.
wonder, like, whoa, they have a car, they have a Lexus
Yeah.
already. Like, God damn.
yeah,
Hey, it's about
but hey,
discipline, like what Ronaldo says.
some people are
Yeah,
Discipline.
just made
I
different.
give
discipline.
you.
That's
It's
why I
like what
love
Ronaldo says.
Ronaldo. It's hard work. Yeah.
I give you the blueprint, but can you copy my lifestyle because it's about the discipline.
Mm.
Awesome.
So, so Sean, you want to close your episode with something you want to give to the audience, some moral lessons, or
Moral
like,
lessons.
Some tips, advice,
yeah,
Uh,
tips about how to be a content creator. Since we
yeah.
got 15
plans,
subscribers already,
plans for
we did
15.
your
like
Honestly, dude,
future.
we
two
we
videos.
gained. We gained like 5 from the last one. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good.
Hey,
Woo!
50 subscribers is our goal by the end
That's
of tomorrow.
50. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
But yeah,
By the end of maybe
and then by the
what
next day, 100.
100.
yes.
Yeah, next week,
Get
We'll
my
get
a 1,000.
there.
1,000.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's like basically what I've mentioned before. Keep going. Don't listen to anyone. It's your life. So you do
Mm.
what you want to do with your life. It is not your parents' life. It is not your teacher's life. It is not your friend's life. It is your life. So you decide on what you want to do with it. Do something that you're passionate about because we're in this earth for what 70 years. So don't be doing something that you will hate for 40 years. Don't do a job that you will hate for 40 years. Do something that you will love because like at the end of the day, it's just not worth it if you don't love what you do. And yeah, okay, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and just keep going. Even when all hope is
Yeah,
lost, just keep going.
yeah. You only live once.
You only live once. You only live once.
Definitely, man. Well,
Very
thank you.
inspirational, man.
Very
Yeah.
inspirational. Closing out this segment with
Absolutely.
Sean, the
Heck
CEO.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for
This
watching.
this might be our best episode. Not gonna lie.
Most likely, yeah, it's the
Yeah.
longest episode for sure,
It's a
probably.
longer
Or
episode. It's
maybe
a
the
longer
same
episode.
time, but
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for
Yeah, longer
watching.
episode.
If you made it this far, leave a comment, subscribe, like
Yeah.
the video,
Yeah.
do all that
Thanks for the watch
shenanigans.
time, guys. Thanks for the watching.
Hey, watch the shorts
Yes.
so we can get
Heck yeah.
monetized.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
we
support,
really need some
everyone.
profits. We're begging.
Oh yeah.
But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next episode where I'm the last person to be covered. I'm gonna be on the hot seat. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
let's
Very
go.
excited.
We'll talk about
Let's
the
go.
segregation in Chino Hills.
Yes,
and the
sir.
bullying. Yeah.
Full documentary of segregation in Chino Hills.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll have a full-on Netflix documentary about it. Yeah.
But thank you
Heck
guys so
yeah.
much for watching. I think that's all for tonight, right, guys?
Yep. That's all for
Yeah.
tonight.
That's
All
all.
right,
Thank
man.
you guys.
Yeah.